Welcome to the REITE Club podcast, where the focus is on helping you, the real estate investor, advance to the next level. And now let's join this week's hosts and share ways for you to customize your life.
Kind of business casual. It wasn't, it wasn't like shorts and a tank top, but it was, and I could see that it would be quite easy. I mean, you don't need up in the mountains, maybe if you're going up in the mountains, you need something warmer, a couple of layers, like a sweater and a pair of jeans, but that's pretty easy to take care of. And there's lots of places to buy clothing there if you need it, right?
Oh my gosh, of course. Yeah. I mean, there's wonderful places to go shopping here and in the local area that I live. And if you want to, go further, you can go to the city of San Jose, where you're going to find just about all the stores that you would find at the Eaton Center, for example, in Toronto. So absolutely, many choices. But it is more casual. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's okay. And I know you do travel kind of within the country a fair bit. So for those listening, where can people find you? Because it's an interesting, you might want to look at the pictures because it's a very visual. Tammy, you do a good job of sharing. You in Nicaragua, you do this, you do that. From Costa Rica, a lot of people think you go there and you stay there, but you can travel and enjoy quite a bit.
It's a wonderful base. I've always been a little bit of a gypsy. I like to sort of, go around and spend a few days here and there. And I need a home base, obviously, but I really do enjoy travel. And sometimes I just like to, get in the car or take the bus and go somewhere and explore and experience the different cultures, because the culture is different within different areas and provinces of, the country itself. So Guanacaste is in the north west, as I was saying. And the other thing is that it's got, we're literally like about an hour and 20 minutes from the Nicaragua border. So I actually went to Nicaragua last weekend with some friends. We just, crossed the border, and once we got across, we took a taxi to a beach town and had a couple days, just enjoying something different. And there are, the country itself of Costa Rica is so incredibly diverse. You have, the beaches and the rainforest and the cloud forest and the mountains, and there are so many different things to see. So I do encourage when people come, to kind of spend a few days in each area to, get what I would consider the true Costa Rican experience.
So let's talk for a few minutes about some of the stuff that, we don't normally talk about, but I think is really important, like medical system and the water and
Sure.
Because, if especially if people are thinking about moving down there, that's really important, right? Like, what is the medical system like down there?
So the medical system is fantastic. There is a two-tier medical system. There is the private medical system, which is very inexpensive compared to other, areas in the world. And then, of course, there's the public system, which is like we have back in Canada. And I would say that the public healthcare system here is on par with the public healthcare system in Canada. We are members, of course, of the public because we are, we're residents of Costa Rica. We applied for residency when we moved here and did that whole process. But I do use the private quite a bit just because it's readily available. It's very inexpensive. The dental care here is also incredibly, top notch. And I have a lot of clients that come for dental tourism, as a matter of fact. They will come down and get dental work done for a fraction of what they are able to get it done perhaps in their own country. So right in town where we are in Playas del Coco, there is a wonderful medical clinic, and you can go there, to get an X-ray, ultrasound, blood work, various things. And, there's a scattering of doctors' offices in town, dental care. And then you've got, chiropractors and all sorts of people that, are into healthcare, wellness. So it really, the opportunity for whatever you need is right here.
And what about food and water? I mean, you touched on a little bit at the beginning when you said that the food is different, but tell us, because a lot of people don't know Like when
Yeah.
you travel normally, yeah,
Mhm.
a lot of people will they'll go into a restaurant, and that's not a, you might get the local food, but you might not, depending on the restaurant you go into. But you're
Right.
living there, and presumably you're not eating in a restaurant every meal, because if you're anything like me, like I would just go, I just can't do that, right? I have
Sure.
to have my own,
Yes.
prepare my own food. So
Yeah.
talk to us about the food, and I know the water's really good there. I guess we could just say that off the top, right? The water's great.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll mention the water first. The water this is one of the countries where, not only is drinking the water easy, it's a good idea because there are so many minerals in the water, which, come from the rich earth and the volcanoes. And the food is, typical Costa Rican food, a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, rice and beans, of course. And then, chicken, meat, seafood, fish, because of course it's a country where there's a lot of fishing, and so fresh seafood is, you can go in any restaurant pretty much and get the catch of the day and have a variety of things to choose from, tuna or mahi mahi, or I don't know, shrimp, that sort of thing. But it's all very fresh, the fruits and the vegetables. It doesn't, what you're eating today has probably just been picked a few days ago.
So I also know, because what I've been down and looked at some of the grocery stores, and I can tell that there's a difference between the various grocery stores. Like there's the grocery store more like the set up more like what we have here in Canada or North America, where you
Yeah,
have the higher end the higher end products maybe, but they charge a lot more, and the store is air conditioned, and there's lots of packages of things. Whereas if you go into
sure,
the more local grocery
sure.
store, there's a lot more interesting, right? You can pick up stuff that's just cheap and easy and fresh.
Yes, yes. There's a local grocery store. There are a bunch of local grocery stores, but there's one in particular that I do go to on the weekends. And, I can go on a Saturday, for example, and pick up my fruits and vegetables for the week, and it might cost me $20. And I mean lettuce and tomatoes, and just a variety, the cabbages, peppers, bananas, pineapples, papayas, watermelon. There's an abundance, and it's all fresh, and it's very inexpensive and delicious.
Yes, I love it. And I live, well, my house that I have there is very close to that grocery store.
It is, yes, it
Totally
is.
worth the trip or the walk. Mine, I think, is like 100-meter walk. But
I
anyway,
know.
not everyone has that luxury. So maybe on to their real estate, because Tammy,
Mm,
you're a realtor in Costa Rica. You're dealing with mostly residential properties. And I'm sure our listeners are dying to find out about where are opportunities. I know we've discussed a few exciting projects. There might not be very many units left, but where are the opportunities in your opinion for
right.
someone who might want to become an expat? I know that's different situations, because let's say you don't have kids at home anymore, then you might want something smaller. Or if you want your kids to come with you, you might want something bigger. Do you have any recommendations of places people should look to?
Yeah, well, the first conversation that when someone, reaches out to me asking about real estate in Costa Rica is, of course, to find out, about their lifestyle, what it is that their needs are, their wants are. One of the things that I can say is that you do live a little smaller here, and a lot of your living is done outside. So, and I tell people you don't necessarily need to bring, your larger lifestyles perhaps with you, because you're able to purchase something that, if you buy a condo or a home, but it doesn't have to be to the same extent, because you're not inside as much here as you are, when you're back home, obviously, because the weather is fantastic, and it's a lifestyle, of course. And Costa Rica is not just about moving here to purchase a home, but it's to have a certain lifestyle. So there are an abundance of everything from studio apartments to 1, 2, 3 bedroom condos, and single family homes that are available, and so yeah, it's fun there. I like to say that there is something for everyone here. There really is.
Thanks for listening to the REITE Club podcast, where the focus is on helping all levels of real estate investors advance to the next level and help you customize your life. Be sure to tune in next week at reiteclub.com/podcast or wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you get a few seconds, please rate the podcast wherever you're listening. It helps the show get noticed by others like you, and we truly appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe.